Yep.
We are indeed live. Okay, so welcome everyone. For a delayed start of this round 6 of the championship here in Canada. So yeah, this is Tier 3, Season 3, and alongside me on this rather overcast qualifying Canada is BMAC.
Thank you, False. How are we, viewers? This is going to be a really good one, this one. Can't wait. Short track here at Canada, really quick track. I think there's 4 chicanes in total, so penalties are probably going to be a lot coming, so something to look out for the race.
So we've just seen Ninja Penguin jump back in for his for another engineering role, I guess, for Zero. Because I think Bambi's not racing again. So it's up to Zero in the Mercedes. Try and pull one off. And we have a few drivers just finishing laps already. Finn Kelly going provisional P1 with a 1 minute 9.16. It's looking very dark. I wonder if we'll get rain. Hopefully we don't get rain later in the session, but I wonder if we will. So far, Finn Kelly setting the pace 5 tenths ahead of Trickett in P2, and our only reserve driver for tonight in a Bella Danger PQ in P3. So he's done well so far, but I feel these guys still need to set their laps. Kank is down in P5 on medium tyres. He's setting his lap on mediums. Our Deputy Dillydog is still in the piss, but it looks like he's selected the medium tyres as well. So only those 2 guys looking for the alternate strategy. I'm trying to find someone who's not on the lap.
Sandals invalidated his lap, unfortunately.
Already, okay. I think Golgot's just to finish his lap. So staying with him, who he finishes up. P2! Wow. Golgot's what a lap. The Renault's still looking very good here in Canada. So now we are here on with Zero. So obviously 14 corners here in this very short Canada track. Turn 13, 14, as we've just seen right there, Zero invalidates his lap. Very, very, very easy to do that. To completely ruin your lap. So Zero, not too happy with that at all. Expect to see a lot of drivers do that as they start to push. Not sure if anyone else is actually on a lap currently. Dildog's on his out lap, so standing with him.
Proximity Ross has just started a lap.
I think this is invalidated. So he might have done that on the previous corner.
Oh, he might have done that turn 1.
So Proximity Ross isn't already gone. However, we have Deputy Dillog here, who is starting his lap as Zero gets out of the way. Yeah, Finn Kelly's still at P1. He does not have a teammate. Big Dogger is not here. Neither is a very angry Sidepod, nor is Bambi. So we've got 3 away. Well, actually, I think we have more. We've got a Huss, we have a Red Bull. I don't think Jendon had a teammate, to be honest. And Scotty's teammate, I think, was a reserve, if I'm not mistaken. We have a few out. However, yeah, staying on board with Deputy Dildog, apparently going purple to the first sector with a 19.3. I don't think they've fixed that just yet, so we'll keep watching, seeing how it goes. Coming up to the 3rd chicane of the lap, as I believe Trent Sandals, that's to say, P3, so splitting the 2 Renaults. Deputy Dillog purple to the 2nd sector apparently. Jendon getting out the way and is getting onto the back straight. Now this is the most important part of the track. If you get this right, you gain 2-3 tenths through momentum. If you get it wrong, your lap is all over. Tech's a bit cautious this time. If you do like it, just not to the lap. For his banker, it's P1 already. So that is a 1 minute 9 for the lap for the Deputy Dual, like a 10th faster than Finn Kelly. So already showing his pace.
It's a really good banker lap there from Deputy Dill Dog.
Right, okay, so now my boy is Scotty, who is now on the coming up to the final sector and coming up to turn 10, the bit large hairpin. Now through the kinks of 11 and 12. We'll see how far he goes. Scotty, Ross and Zero have yet to set a lap. So this will be his back. We've got 9.5 minutes left. Still very, very cloudy. I wonder what the weather will be for the race. If it will stay this cloudy or if it will get even darker. As Scotty going P6 ahead of his teammate Ente by almost a second. C Pro coming up behind him, P7 for 9.7.
Finn Kelly just finishing a lap as well. Was 3/10 up into the last sector and he puts in a 1.88.
So Jaron Dan and Finn Kelly both improving their times. Jaron Dan up to P3 now. So last week we saw him do a very good qualifying, but his internet ultimately cost him any chance of racing at all as he dropped out very early in the race.
Stone Towers put in a 1.089 to go second fastest.
So Williams looking strong yet again. Yeah, from Canada, on board with X4K0. It's looking very tight. He's going to get a little bit of a toe from Jordan. He's just getting it the way. And coming up to turn 8 and 9. A little bit wide on 9, keeping it on the curb. Now on the run down to turn 10. Just breaking at the 100 meter board. Locking up slightly, missing that apex. Just short shifting up to third to get that extra traction. Now opening the DRS through turn 12. Now coming up to the fast chicane of 13 and 14. Can he get it right this time? Yes, he does. Coming up to the line, it will be a 1 minute 9.8. So only P13 for him.
Gloves goes third fastest as a 1.090.
We find someone else on the lap. Trick Kid is on the lap. Well, was that Check who just went P6? It did. Okay. Now Trick Kid down. The rig is through that second chicane of turn 6 and turn 7 and up to 8 and 9. Yellow flags briefly for his teammate Gold Glass, who's just trying to get the way. Tricky losing the road ever so slightly coming out of turn 9, but he's kept it alive here, breaking up that 100 meter board, and he's slowing right up 65 km an hour. So he's going to get a small toe. He's getting a very good toe actually from Gold Glass. Gold Glass going to get the way. He is just in time. I hope Tricky doesn't ruin it with a corner cut. No, he keeps his lap. Very good from Tricky. This will be a very, very fast lap now. Up to P7. 2.5 tenths faster. That's the toe. Looks like get around 2.5, 3 tenths. It's a very good lap from him. Alright. Sandals once again. P10. The only McLaren is side pod that isn't here. McLaren is very good at qualifying, not tonight as it seems. 6 minutes to go, and he's yet to break into that top 5. See, obviously we're seeing Gold Glove, people like Gold Gloves and Jan Dan up in that top 5 spot. Where it's a bit unexpected for those guys. Sandals, can he get himself up there? Yes. Oh no, he can't actually. Only a 9.2.
Incredible. It's only half a second split between P1 and P10.
Yeah, so from the P3 to P10, so people in the 19s, it's only 4 tenths. Meanwhile, almost the whole field is in the 9s, except for 3 right now. As Brooksy and Ross still yet to settle the lap, and the Smeg's in the 10s. Ross is currently on his hot lap though, so we'll see if he can get himself into those 1 minute 9s. Coming up to end off his lap. Considering Ross going only P15, but he does get into the 9s. So any improvement will count here.
Just scraping in there.
Now I think... Is anyone on a lap? Scotty is just about to start his lap. So we're right on board for a whole lap with Scotty in the Haas as Entei actually gets ahead of him. In the standings, Scotty down in P11. We're doing this first sector is invalidated. And this is the ball for good measure, so Scotty's lap is all done. We'll go to Semi-Pro now, who's matched his lap time so far. And he hasn't deployed his DRS, so I believe he's going to go straight to the pits. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is, okay. His teammate at Bella Danger, I think he's just validated his lap previously. He's going to start another one, I'm not sure. We'll stay on board with the Bella, reserved for tonight. I'll see if he has any sort of influence on the lap. I'm not sure if this is invalidated yet. Hopefully it's not. He's matched his first sector time though. So Finn Kelly saying wet race and dries up after 20 minutes. So it's around a half and half race. So races around here, 50% races around 40-45 minutes each. So yeah, 20 minutes wet, 20 minutes dry. He's actually gone purple in a second.
Thank you for that inside info, Finn.
Yeah, Bella going purple in a second. Trent Sandals, there you go. Missed that, up into P2 for him. And that's where he should be in that McLaren really. Hopefully he actually has a good race tonight. And Bella Danger coming around the final few corners, really sending it. He's coming out the final corner, coming across the line. It's only P8. Only half a tenth faster. So that's put him ahead of Tricky and Entei, I believe.
I believe Deputy Dildog next car to come across the line. No, he's just invalidated his lap. Just as I've said that. Commentator's curse.
Be kicking himself after that, definitely. Bartod, I think he's just starting his lap, down in P13. He'll look to improve as well. In the racing point, even the Smeg not having the best of qualifying so far. And P13 and P16. Smeg only setting one lap so far, so I wonder what he's doing there. He's just content with a 10-1 and starting last, but locking up heavily on the second chicane. Going out and going onto the grass slightly. Coming to chicane number 3, as looks like Entei, I believe, just got out of the way. Barthold now ending off the second sector. Does he improve in his previous time? He does by half a second, I should say that.
Got Jerndon approaching the last chicane. He was 4 tenths up on his time going through the hairpin.
Jerndon, there'll be a very good lap from him. He can keep it
He's
up.
just invalidated on the last turn, unfortunately. It was a 108.7 as well. He'd be gutted with that. It would have put him provisional pole.
I wonder if he has time to cool down some another lap. Barthold though goes P6. So very good lap from Barthold. I think he's going to try and go for another lap during then. He's put it to 0 ERS. I wonder if he has the fuel though. He might not have fuel.
Does have the fuel logo, so I don't think he's going to have enough fuel. So we have Sandals retiring from the session.
Someone went across the line. That was 0, actually, going
0.
P6. So he's back up there now.
Upping Bodhod by 1/1000th of a second.
So we're staying on board with our provisional pole man, Finn Kelly in the Ferrari. Can he improve? Entei retires as well. So, and through that first chicane, very easily, very smoothly from him. So he looks up slightly, purple to the first sector. So he's up already with 20 seconds to go. It's the last lap for everyone. Coming out to the third chicane. He's kept it very planted. Botthod, wow!
Botthod put in another lap straight after his first one.
So, Finn Kelly might not have pole position. He's less than a 10th up on his second sector time. So it's all up to this final
Stone Chow on a really quick lap here as well.
So you're giving a
He
great
goes provisional P1
wow.
with a 108.7.
Here comes Finn Kelly. What does he do? It is a 1 minute 8.6. He cakes pole position back from Stone Chow. Wow, what a lap.
Got gloves on a lap as well, 1/10 up going to the final sector.
Small slide. Can he improve? P2 for gold gloves. So 108.7. Don't think anyone else on the lap. Proximity Ross, no. The Snake, no.
Jernan has run out of fuel.
He has,
just nursing it back to the pits.
Proximity Ross down to P15. Tricky P11. He's not going to do his lap.
Good strategy there from Botthod, knowing that you don't really need the soft tyres, that we've got the info that it's going to be raining. So he's just done another lap straight after the other one and improved his time.
Yeah, everyone's
getting to P4.
Obviously, yeah, as you said, it's going to be a wet start. Probably inters, maybe even wets. So a lot of these guys will definitely struggle. Now we have 1 minute 30 to go. I think we still have this glitch, unfortunately, where you gotta wait till the timer runs out, even though they've had an update just before. Yeah, we just have to wait on. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. However, we can probably get the championship results just there. So let's see what's happening. This is currently Prezzo, or the Stone Tower, in P1 by 17 points in front of Finn Kelly. So currently Finn is P1, Stone Tower P3, Bambi P3 in the standings. He's not racing. Dilldog P4, Deputy Dilldog Dan P6 in the race. Scotty P5, Botthod P6, while Big Dongo P7. It's a very close between P4 and P7. Only around 14 points difference. Then the small gap to Proximity Ross, 20 points. It's a very close from him down to, well, the rest of the field really. As after after Big Dongo, it's from 40 points down to 20. And Ente Sidepod in P10, Portinator 11th. I don't think Portinator races in this league anymore. 0 in 12th, Smeg P13, Goldglass 14th, Janden 15th, Trickid 16th, Semi Pro P19, and Sandals P20. So that's just your your championship tables, I should say. And going back to the session, Finn Kelly does take pole position by a 10th of a second, just ahead of Goldglass. But as you can see, the gap, the top 13 are within 1 second, within 8/10 of a second. Really? Top 7 within 5/10, and then P1 to P4 separated by only 1/10 of a second. So track evolution definitely came into play there. As we head off into the race, which should be a wet one. So here we go. It is a wet race. It looks very wet actually. I think it might be wet tyres. Wet race. So we're just waiting on drivers to sort out their strategies, their fuel loads. Should be probably wets or inters to mediums to the end. think it might just be a one stop. Depending on how long the rain lasts. Which I think it should be around halfway through, it will stop. So, here we go. So yeah, we're placing inters to inters, lap 17 to 20, but with 35 laps, I expect around lap 17, 18. So change that first inter stop to mediums, and that will be your race strategy for 90% of this field. B-Mac is just... he's gone up to do something quickly, so you'll be without him for the start of the race. So just be yourself, but that's alright. Yeah, everyone on inters, obviously, there's not really anything to report from there. However, so we have Finn Kelly on that pole position in a very, very wet Canada. I thought it looks like it should be wet weather tyres, full wet weather tyres, but apparently not, only intermediates for this race. Meanwhile, Gold Gloves having a great qualifying, as has Bartlett as well, P4. Saint Tao in P3, and that Williams having a very good championship. Very, very strong driver lineup. Trent Sanders in P5, so McLaren once again a very good qualifying. Hopefully he can convert it to a good race this time. Hopefully top 5 finish for him. Deputy Dildog Dan P6 is usually up there as well. Zero had a very poor race if I can remember last week. Not sure if he finished the race in Baku. Dan, he's still in the lobby so far. Last week he disconnected and caused all sorts of drama. Hank, I'm still not sure how to say that name. Dan P9, he's a full-time driver. Did a pretty good race last week. But our first reserve, Bella Danger, who's actually off the back of the grid. Oh, the formation line still to move up. Tricky Dan P11, probably fairly average for him. Scotty and Ente, fairly average positions for them. Semi Pro, Proximity Ross, and the Smeg. Branding off your field, Smeg usually occupying that bottom spot, unfortunately. I think he only set one lap. Maybe two, may have been about that his second lap. However, drivers will line up. Number 32 versus, I believe that is number 2 for Gold Gloves. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Ferrari on pole position, accompanied by a bro named Finn Kelly. It's lights out, and away we go to a very, very, very wet Canadian Grand Prix. Looks like everyone's ghosting for a sec. There's someone going to the inside. I think that may have been a Haas car going very far into the inside, but everyone's going through very cleanly. Apparently there's blue flags waving. This is quite a glitch lobby. You can see everyone else is ghosting. So I'm not sure if we're still racing. I think we are. It's one of the, I think Bothod has put in some trouble. He's hit the wall. Coming after the first chicane, he's looking very good. As this Trent Sanders has spun already. Trent Sanders has spun into the first chicane. So he's going to go to the back of the grid. There's still blue flags apparently. Hopefully they won't get any penalties for any game glitches tonight. But Finn Kelly leads the field coming into the hairpin by a second down to Gold Gloves, down to Stonetown P3. Meanwhile, Bothod keeping that P4 spot. Deputy Dillog off the P5. Jernden, Trickid up to P6 now. Jernden fighting into the hairpin. Trickid up 5 spots. Now Jernden only up on the P7. Bella in P8, Ente P9, Zero having to start to the rest of P10. Bella and Ente going side by side now, coming into the chicane. Can they get through cleanly? I think that was Ente. They just came back. There was a Renault who lost his end plate. It would be Trick at all Gold Gloves. I think Kelly's in the first lap. Zero coming into the pit straight away. So very, very
having to replace his wing.
Yeah, very quite a chaotic start to the race, I must say. So Finn Kelly has gone up beautifully. Already a second
Great
and a
start
half.
by Finn Kelly.
Yeah, second and a half ahead of Gold Gloves. Right now. Meanwhile, we have Bodhod, who's under pressure from Deputy Dilldog in that Williams car. I don't think Bodhod's too keen on this wet conditions. He's actually cut the corner on the third chicane. That'll give him his first warning, or maybe in second. But that would definitely be a warning there, as Jerndan and Tricky behind them are going to go side by side through the hairpin of turn 10. And Jerndan gets ahead on this occasion. So lap 17 to 20, you should see the track drying up and drivers do their first and only pit stops of the race. There's Finn Kelly, another fast stop. 2.4 seconds ahead now of Gold Gloves. So Gold Gloves actually doing a very good race. I don't think he'd want to be racing Finn Kelly. That's not his priority. Just wants to keep that podium position.
Looking really comfortable in the wet is Finn Kelly.
Looks like he's got a lot of experience, but yeah, an absolute load of grip. Purple sector after purple sector after purple sector. Trick Kid getting our first penalty of the race. 3 seconds for multiple warnings. He's down in P7, fighting with Jerndan still. So 1 second off Jerndan. I think he was the one who got that end plate damage at the Wall of Champions. Meanwhile, Deputy Dilldog still trying to find the way past Bodhod. It looks like Bodhod's holding a little bit of a train. And Jerndan started to catch up, semi-pro down in P12, getting his first penalty as well. Locking up quite a bit from Stone Tower. Struggling to put the power on these wet conditions. They go through turn 12, I believe that was. So now, Bodhod putting in an overtake, I guess. Blasting off into the chicane, trying to get out of range of Deputy Dilldog. So Jerndan, since Jerndan's caught right back off, it's going to be a three-way fight for position 4 right now. Oh, Jerndan almost losing it. Very close to losing the rear end out of the first chicane there. Now Entei getting his first penalty as well, so as expected, a lot of drivers were getting their first penalties, or a lot of penalties here. Bodhod had actually caught up to the back of the Stone Tower, so I've been seeing Stone Tower I've been seeing the Stone Tower's been catching Bodhod, but Deputy Dilldog has actually been catching Bodhod. So we're coming on to lap 5 of this race. Bodhod getting a very poor exit, and this will let Deputy Dilldog get alongside him. And who's going to yield? Is anyone going to yield? No one.
3 second penalty to Gold Glove.
So yeah, he's really pushing. He just can't make the gap close down to Finn Kelly. He's just extending and extending. Multiple drivers getting penalties on lap 5. Smek and Sandals as well as Gold Gloves. So Gold Gloves, that penalty so far will drop him down to P5, P6. Will still be a very good result from him, as he actually hits the wall coming out of the first chicane, and that goes his end plate. So that will hurt him slightly. Definitely won't catch Finn at this rate, as he goes on the grass as well. So he's struggling. It's getting a bit flustered. This is promoted Stone Tower. So there's some yellow flags down in sector 1 and 2. Someone's had an incident. I'm not too sure who it was, but there was a incident. However, we'll go back to the Stone Tower Gold Gloves race.
Jerndan with his first 3 second penalty.
He's down in P6 as Kink. So
Stone Tower really closed the gap on Gold Gloves the last couple of laps.
he tried to put it down the inside, it couldn't get it done, and now he's lost a lot of time just from spinning those wheels up, those rear wheels up, coming out of turn 10 hairpin. Now, get a much better exit, actually, onto the start finish straight. It's half a second between P2 and 3, and Butthug is quite far behind. So, Inte and the Bell of Danger. The positions, they're super into the pits, so first driver.
I think who's that that's gone around? Kank has been spun around, turn 1.
Oh wow, and he's just waiting for the McLaren and Racing Point. Wow.
Very, very good entry back there from Kank.
So, yeah, I think, did he get touched? Did you see if he got touched?
I think he was side by side with Abella or Scotty.
Okay, so yeah, they must have had a small touch. Or he just went onto the grass as well. One of those two. Definitely. So, I don't think
really applying this pressure on Gold Glove.
Oh, it's turned out. He can't get the power on. Out of turn 10. Yeah, just losing time to Gold Glass. He's got overtake mode on as well, for good measure.
Semi-pro with his first penalty of the race.
Here we go. For position 2, Stonetown makes his move. And we'll now try and hunt down Finn Kelly in the lead. 4.2 seconds gap between P1 and P2.
I've also just noticed that Gold Glove's missing the right side of his end plate, so he'll be losing a lot of speed. That's probably why Stonetown could close that gap a lot easier.
Yeah, so yeah. Already Bothod's caught up to the back of him. So Stonetown has been released. Sorry, his second gap. Hopefully he tries to catch up to Finn Kelly. Get ourselves a little battle for the lead on our hands. Botthod and Dildog.
Botthod and Dildog.
Getting penalties down at that third chicane. Oh, locks up as well. You can see that right front completely stop.
Finn Kelly pushing that lead now to 5 seconds.
Stonetown can't really catch up. It's increased still, so Bottom locked up heavily once again. He really does not like these conditions at all. He's got Dildog still behind him, and Dildog has Jundan in this little battle pack for the final podium spot. Within 5 tenths, Olgos is very slow through turn 1 to complex. Locks up again. So, and that will be corner cut as well. Onto the second chicane. Going very wide, Gold Gloss. Hard. Could get a good run on him. He tries to. They both almost spin it. But it looks like Gold Gloss will keep the P3 for himself now. Remember, Deputy Dildo behind him is right behind him actually. So Finn Kelly needs to look in his mirror. Oh, not Finn Kelly, Butthod needs to look in his mirrors as well. As well as looking ahead towards Gold Gloss. So
Jundan just playing it safe at the back of that pack.
Yeah, I think you can see an incident starting to form with Stonetown getting his first penalty of the race. Oh, Jundan actually lost it. He's lost the slot, like coming out of the final corner. I don't know if he's got damage or not.
Car looks okay.
But I just saw in the background, he almost hit the fence of the inside. Gold Glove's getting another penalty. He's definitely pushing really, really hard.
Kank's just made a move on Sandals to take P13 up into turn 1.
So Sandals, it's a McLaren curse, isn't it? Just can't have a good race.
It really is.
Super.
He's down, unfortunately, 9 places, Sandals, starting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure how long he can go on with this. In that McLaren, it's just, yeah, can't get a good race.
Big winners from the first 9 laps. Entei up 5 positions, and Tricky up 4 positions.
Yeah, those guys having Tricky had one of the best starts of the field. I think he got those 4 positions from the first corner. Well, at least the first lap. So he's just trying to keep that now. So Pro down P16. Currently getting his penalty. Scotty and Abella going side by side, it looks like, onto the straight. There you go. This is for the final points positions, as you've got Precision Ross just behind them. For Ross almost getting onto the back of him, almost getting a move done. So we should see rain start to ease up around 5 to 10 laps from now. And yeah, well, it's looking a little bit drier. It's a tiny bit drier.
Soft, it's just dry out now.
Sanford retires. Oh, he's hit the fence. Oh, he's retired in the pits actually. So hopefully that doesn't cause any sort of safety car or anything. Yeah,
I think he's
in the pits.
I think he's done it safely in the pits. Just hasn't been his day today down at the back of the field. So I think he just called it a day early. Team's called him in.
So,
and that'll be that for semi-pro for Canada this week.
Yeah, 15 runners left. He actually has a teammate. He got a Bella as a teammate tonight. So currently Avatar with no points scoring yet. Gold Glass still holding up Bartot. Stone Tail is actually, he's increased the gap between him and Gold Glass by a substantial margin, and he's kept the gap to 5 seconds to him and Finn Kelly. As Bartot cutting the corner again, getting that penalty. C looks to be frustrated. Very frustrated, looking at both the fronts heavily into that chicane. He can't get a move on and he can't make a mistake, otherwise Deputy Dildog behind him will make a move as he does go wide, and with that could be 5 seconds, I think he has to get the position back, but that would definitely be a warning. So Bartlett's struggling to get past Gold Glass. He's going to send it down the inside. No, he's not. But Deputy Diller's going to have a small touch. This has brought Jerndon way back in, so you can see how much Gold Glass is holding these guys up. As Jerndon, from 3 seconds down from a small incident, is caught right back up to the back of Deputy Diller. The rain, I think the rain definitely has stopped. Finn Kelly putting another purple. As it got this incident, Butthard spun.
No, that's unfortunate.
I think he might go into the softs. But Butthard trying to make a move. As Jerndon does make a move on Stone Tower, but Butthard's locking up really heavily. As I think it may be time for softs. A lot of more people, yeah, Butthard's putting some soft tyres.
It has put on soft tyres, but I haven't seen... Has DRS been enabled?
No, it hasn't. There you go,
so
now it has.
Now it has.
Wow, what a pit stop. What a lucky
Unfortunate here from the Smeg as well, being caught behind his teammate. So he's had about a 20-second pit stop there.
Yeah, the track dried up significantly straight away. But Butthard, from a overtaking mistake, might just pull off the greatest undercut we've ever seen. As Deputy Dildog and Jerndon saw those intermediate tyres. Deputy Dildog just touching the back.
Finn Kelly goes into the pits.
See what tyres they're on. So 0 on the hards, Smeg on soft, Sandals on mediums, Butthard on soft, and Scotty on mediums.
And Kelly has put on the mediums.
Gold Gloves, Jerndon.
Both Gold Gloves and Jerndon getting 5-second penalties for speeding in pit lane.
Except for 2 yellows, 0.
Stone.
That is 0.
I think Stone might have been serving a penalty in the pits as well.
Wow, Pink has stayed out. Scotty going purple. Snapper leaving the session, but a lot of guys going on medium, so Bodhod. I don't think... no, he's out! What's happened to Bodhod? Him and Jonan have collided.
He's lost his wheel and he's sitting in the middle of the track. This really should be a safety car here.
Him and Jonan have just collided into turn 1 as a VSC.
Just a VSC.
Oh, Bodhod. From bad to worse in a few laps. If this VC stays off, I think he just gets a penalty. I was going to say, if this VC stays out for a little while longer, he gets a free pit stop almost.
Kank really taking the risk there of staying out that 1 lap longer. But probably didn't want to get stuck behind his teammate in the pit lane.
So this neutralises the field right now, a virtual safety car. I see we'll pull into the pits.
Did Jerndam receive damage from that incident?
He did, yeah. I believe he did.
So after pitting, he's just going to have to go back in.
So the race resumes. Now it's a Williams P2, P3. Finn Kelly is leading by 6.2 seconds. Right now.
Scotty's jumped up to P4.
Scotty's definitely the big undercut. Yeah, Kent has come out in P9.
Up 8 positions, Scotty, from starting in P12.
Oh, I think Godloss, did he repair his wrong? I think he did. He must have.
Yeah, Goldglove's had that front wing damage, missing an end plate, so I think he had to get a new wing.
So he's just repaired it. As now we have 20 laps of dry running. Yeah. In Canada, Finn Kelly pressing the last lap. Now Stone Tower responding. Can the Stone Tower catch up? He has time on his hands. There's Dilldog and Scotty, so the track's going
Scotty
faster
goes fastest. The 1:12.2.
Scotty has pace.
Scotty really
has
closing
pace.
Deputy quickly. Sandals
now.
goes with a 1:11.6.
So we should see the times go under the 10s, maybe. There's a bit of yellows. That is Sandals! Oh no.
I was just about to sing my praises for Sandals getting back up into P8.
And he's lost his end plate as well.
And he's lost his end plate, unfortunately.
And the penalty.
Just to make matters worse.
The McLaren curse, ladies and gents, as you can see. Right,
It continues.
I cannot believe that. And Kelly going purple. Does the Stone Tower go purple? He did again. No, he does not.
No. Finn Kelly took that lead out by almost 1.5 seconds that lap over Stone Tower.
So he's really pushing that lead. I thought Stone Tower was going to start pulling it back, but apparently not. Finn's still very fast in these conditions, especially at this track. He's very fast at. So there's Ross getting a 3-second penalty down in position 7. He's at Alfa Romeo, 7 and 8 right now. There's Inte in P6, we've got Golgos P5. The field is starting to spread out now. There's not really any major battles, which is a big shame, as it was almost everyone was having a little battle of themselves. Before it became dry. So we have 14 runners. Botthard and Semi-Pro both DNFing Botthard from that incident turn with Jerndam. I think Jerndam may have just turned into him as Bottas was going through turn 1. Jenden was coming out of the pits. But the stone out, bringing the gap down to 6 seconds. So it's fluctuating quite a bit from 5 seconds to 7 seconds. I wonder if Stone Tower can just make some inroads. So it's quite a lot of time. Gold Gloves in P5 getting another penalty. Bottas has he got straight lines. That could be a possibility. I think Jenna was coming out of the pits though. So I don't know what's happened there. But Bottas is out. And Jenna is in P14, so both drivers lost from that. As you can see, Stone Tower down 5.8 seconds. 5.7 now, he's really pushing it. Finn Kelly though, 62 yellows. That is a reserve driver, a Bella, who's had an incident. He has lost a lot of his right front wing. Almost all of it. So definitely have to come into the pits. I was gonna say, Finn Kelly is losing time, but he has a lot of energy to save, while Prezzo is really pushing it every chance he can get. Down less than 20%, I think Kelly is over 70. So 2 different driving styles. Kelly will definitely use that if Stone Tail ever catches up. The Bella getting, just to add to his woes, a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So he'll drop down the field on 0 and Junior. So he'll be the back of the field. No points for Bella. No points for AlphaTauri.
Looks like Sandals is just battling on with the wing damage he's got.
So he's almost got points again. His Smeg will have to pit. Definitely will have to pit. So Sandals could take P10 back after Smeg. I wonder if those medium tyres can last to the end. So they pit really early, like a lot earlier than...
It will be a push. When did they go onto them? Lap 13, 14?
Yeah, around lap 13.
20 laps on mediums will be tough around here.
It's a very big ask. I think Kelly just starting to push again. As you can see, he's using his overtake. Just ever so slightly. It's down to 4.8 seconds. Stantel really trying to push it. As you can see on the bottom right, the overtake bar, that yellow bar, is depleting from Stantel relative to Finn Kelly, which is almost full. So you can just see the difference in that. I wonder if up here, but right now Entei probably in the best position right now in P6 on hard tyres. So if the drivers just pit again, he will move a bunch of spots. If they don't pit, they'll be very slow because their tyres are basically gone. So it's almost a win-win for Entei. Right now, it's the whole position from proximity Ross. Jandan getting another penalty.
Incredibly as well, Finn Kelly has not had one warning all race.
So he's driven very precisely. Guess he knows this strip like the back of his hand.
So even if Stone Tower does catch him and pass him, you can easily let him go because the Stone Tower does have 6 seconds of penalties. And make that 9 as the commentator's curse comes into play again.
I wonder if Deputy Dildog starts catching up, the Smeg does fit, so that is Sandals and supports. But if Deputy Dildog does start catching up, and Stone Tower does get one more penalty, he could lose out to P3 and his teammate, even P4 to Scotty, and then Gold Gloves and Entei and Proximity Ross right behind. They've been in a little battle. So Stone Tower could go from P2 down to P7 even, which is a big shame. Well, no, Entei is 5.6 seconds off space, so you're going to have to P5, I believe.
Gold gloves with another pen.
Wow.
He does have a fair few as well, gold gloves.
He's known to getting it last week, I believe, or the week before. He had quite a lot of penalties, so I remember he almost finished P3 or P5 or something, and then went down to P12, P13.
So he has 15 seconds of penalties at the moment, and we're just over halfway through the race.
So that could easily end up with 30 if he's not careful. But as Finn's starting to push now. Stone Tower, the gap has started to increase again. Now, Scotty is under pressure from Gold Gloves. So I wonder if Gold Gloves can try and make a move. He almost does.
This is really proving to be a tough track to make moves, by the looks of it. In the dry. A lot of the moves were made in the wet.
Well, you'd think they wouldn't have any confidence in the wet. But looks like they might have.
As Kank goes into the pits.
He DNFs, he retires. Oh wow. That's surprising.
Sitting in that 9th place as well. He has gone in for wing damage, but been changed and just called it a day there, he thought.
Wow, that's surprising.
Just promotes Sandals back into P9.
This kid just make a point. This make is still pointless. He has no point. I think. Yeah, Kank was the host as well, so hopefully that doesn't stop the server.
But Kank has left the session being the host.
Currently, Gold Gloves and Scotty having their own little battle. Scotty catching up to Deputy Deluxe. This could be a battle for the last podium position with around 12 laps to go. Yeah, in Canada. We currently have. Yeah, it's looking very quiet. Harry Butthard did get straight lined. So. Yeah.
So Jerndam straight. Was it Jerndam that straight line Bodhod?
It was Jerndam. So I wonder what that was for. Maybe.
Can confirm as well. Jerndam has caused a lot of incidents. I remember last week lagging and he caused a big accident at the start of Baku.
Yeah, especially even in the formation lap last week. He annoyed some guys.
Another strong performance by the Williams. They're going to improve their Constructors' Championship once again this week.
Yeah, Williams looking very sector 2 yellows.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Is 0 in Jerndam maybe?
Yeah, another incident.
It was Jerndam.
Wow. Wow.
All going south now for Jerndam.
And he's hit the ball for good measure. No damage yet.
And he's retired on the track as well. I really hope that his AI doesn't cause any incidents.
I don't think. Oh, is that Stone Tower? That is Stone Tower.
That is Stone Tower. Having to take evasive action there.
I don't think the race
Jerndam's car still going slow in the middle of the racing line. He's pulled over now, but that is dangerous there by Jerndam again.
The race spec shields. We'll have a word with him, I guess. Don't think you're allowed to do that.
6 races in, you would think that you know that you have to retire in the pits now.
So that's a bit of a questionable one, I should say.
So 4 cars out, 12 cars remain. seeing a little bit of a Magello here for us today.
Yeah.
With 12 cars left running.
So Zero and Sandals. Sandals not getting a point as of yet. He did just pit though. As has Proximity Ross, so a lot of guys pitting now onto fresh tyres. I don't think Ross did a new front wing, so that was for tyres. That was strategic. And he was in a battle with, I think that was Ente. So
Scotty's got that gap to Dildog now, just to a second.
And Gold Gloves right in the back of him still, so this is a big battle. Gold Gloves, I don't think he will get a podium just from his penalties. However, yeah, he just.
I'm not sure. Sandals may have pitted again, but he's dropped back down to P12.
He did pit, I believe. He's on one lap of medium, so he did.
Okay, he did pit, and he also decided not to change his front wing. So he's still running with the left side, missing the end plate.
I think he's looking for that 1 point. Isabella is actually back into the points. So, this could be AlphaTauri. Is it their first point? One of their first points. Definitely.
See if you can hold on to it, because I think Sandals is going to come real quick. Sandals is quite experienced. Does have the pace, as we know, but the McLarens just haven't pulled it out in the races.
So, yeah, AlphaTauri does not have a point yet.
And Gold Gloves with yet again another penalty.
And actually, this league does have 10 points, so he's not pointless yet. But yeah, Sandals and Zero having another battle.
Yeah, so Sandals just gets past, getting a better run out of the hairpin, and having more traction with the medium tyres.
I missed that. Goggles made a mistake. I don't know if you're caught that. But yeah, there's Prezzo or Stone Towel coming into the pits. So he will serve his final stop. This promotes Ente. Could have got to P5 as Goggles does pit. So this will be P5 for Ente.
Gold Gloves will also serve a 5-second penalty in here for speeding in the pit lane the first time around.
So Ente will be on those tyres for 22 laps, I believe. So that was very long for him. Gold Gloves going on the soft Steel Dog in P2 now. This is a battle for P2. They are yet to pit though. It's Pink Kelly 22 second lead currently. So he's just started pushing and he's really taking this race by storm. Absolutely dominating the field. This will definitely be the championship lead. If the Stone Town does not get P2.
So Finkelly going to take the championship lead from this race, is he?
I believe he's 17 behind, so as at the moment he will. It just depends on Dildog and Scotty when they pit, if they catch him once again. If Finkelly wins Stone Tower in second, that's only 7 points. So he won't, there'll be a 10-point gap. However, if he kind of finishes P4, I believe, he will get the championship lead. But it'll be very close, nevertheless. As Bambi does let Stone Tower through. So as of now, the Stone Tower will take back the lead of the championship. And he should get Scotty as well. So it should be a 10-point deficit from P1 to P2 coming into round 7. Which would be, I'm not too sure what it would be. Which will be France. So it will be in Paul Ricard next week for another battle of the championship. Scotty really making it hard for Stone Tower to get through. Coming up to the line. He does send it and he does make the move stick. And that is P2 once again. Now wonder when Finn Kelly's going to pit. If he does pit.
That's really good driving there from Scotty, just letting Stone Tail go. It's not the battle he's in at the moment, he's in the battle with Deputy Deal Dog.
Yeah, so Deal Dog's still half a second behind. He would have wanted to follow through Stone Tail to get that moved on, but he's stayed behind and let the battle continue.
Entei doing really strong in P5, running those hard tyres. I think he's comfortable to go the rest of the way.
I think he is. He had 11.5 second buffer to Proximity Ross. So if he does not, I think he does pit now. If he does not lose around 2 seconds a lap, he should be fine. He should be fine, as Finn does put on the softs, so that just seals his win really. 3 pit stop for him.
Finn's going to want to really try and get another fastest lap here, just to make it a full race weekend for him.
Well,
get all the
every lap.
Get all the sweets here. Yeah, he has. Yeah, get all the sweets and lollies and just take them home.
So very, very good lap. Well, very good race, I should say, from Finn Kelly.
Really controlled from start to finish here by Finn Kelly.
Yeah, it's just... I don't think he's gotten a warning yet.
He hasn't overdriven his car. It's got the one warning, which came about 8 laps ago, but...
I wonder... we're getting invitations for our next race, which starts in 10 minutes, so... It'll be a bit close for time. From this race to end till the next race to start. I'll just give him a quick message. There's not really much to report in this race anyway. Everyone's spread out again. 7 seconds between Finn Kelly and the Stone Tower. Getting another penalty. It's 12 seconds. And I think Scotty and Dildog are gonna stay out. Which means Scotty should get P3. Dildog, well, Scotty should get P2. Dildog should get P3. Which will mean the Stone Tail will lose the championship lead if he comes P4. So they will run the full 23 laps. Or 22 laps for Dildog. So, yeah, Scotty just keeping it cool, keeping it calm. Finn Kelly's starting lap 32, and it's a 1 minute 10.085, the fastest lap of the race. I wonder if you can get into the 9s. If you can get to the 1 minute 9s. So yeah, I should ride a ball with him for a lap. So if he's not pushing, we're going to try and cruise at home. So yeah, no, not really the greatest finish to this race. Stepping just losing touch to Scotty slightly. And yeah, so we have... As soon as this finishes, we have the other tiers to start. There's around a minute 10 per lap. So that should finish around 8:26, 8:27. Well, it's Melbourne time, so yeah, after this you get to watch straight away the next tiers. If you're keen on watching some more league racing for tonight on this wonderful Tuesday night. 12 cars still remaining. we have Abella for his first points and AlphaTauri's first points. Trent Sandals not getting a point again.
I really hope Abella can hold on to it, bearing in mind the penalties. I haven't looked at their penalties.
So yeah, he's 5 seconds behind Smeg and 6.5 ahead of Trent Sandals. So if he does not get 3 penalties, he should be fine. I think Sanders does have penalties anyway, so not sure how this is going to work out. However, Proximity Rust is actually closing up on Entei. I don't think it'll be enough. We're on lap 33 or 35 currently of this race. Is he a lap down? No, he's not. So only 0 is a lap down. So we have actually started lap 34. So second to last lap of this race. And big winner Scotty getting a... I think he's getting another podium? I'm not sure if he's gotten a podium. Yeah. I'll just check these standings once again. I don't think Scotty has gotten a podium as of yet. He does, actually he's got 2 podiums. Not bad. This will be his best ever finish of P2 if he holds on. Deputy Dildo going for one last push. Yeah, obviously Dildog getting that win back in Bahrain and he's been strong ever since. Well, he hasn't actually gotten the podium after that win. So interesting to see how he'll go. But as we enter the final lap of the race, Finn Kelly leading by 10.3 seconds, but the focus I say is onto the battle with Scotty and Deputy Dildog. Can Dildog take that best ever finish away from Scotty? So Stonetail does have 15 seconds amount, I believe. At least 12 seconds. I know that. Scotty always lost the rear end, he's almost into the wall. He keeps it alive. And he's looking... trying to get that lead. I'm not sure about the penalties for these two guys. If this is a battle worth fighting for, but Entei is actually catching up to them. Proximity Ross is within that second. However, I don't think it'll be enough for either of them. This is the real battle here. Can Dildog get past Scotty? He's only got 1 or 2 more overtaking spots. He's going to use his overtaking mode right now. He's going to use DRS, I should say. He's going to save his overtaking mode. But we'll move back up to Finn Kelly, who has led every lap and set the fastest lap and wins by 11.5 seconds to take his second consecutive win. And I believe that could be the championship lead. We'll wait on penalties so far. Meanwhile, Deputy Dildog is having a battle with Scotty 793. Stonetail across the line next. Currently 23 seconds behind Finn Kelly. What will happen? I don't think Dildog will get that spot ahead of Scotty. I think Tao may finish just behind these guys. Here we go. And no, he doesn't. So these guys have penalties. Stonetail does take P2 and retains that lead. So 10 points between Finn Kelly and Stonetail. Proximity Ross P5. Entei down in P6. Entei losing out by 1/10 of a second to Proximity Ross on penalties. Gold Glove down to P7. He is going to move down quite a bit, down to P8, tricky it up to P7. Good race for Renault. The Smeg will cross the line in position 9. Very good race for him. And a Bella Danger. The first points for an AlphaTauri. He will finish position 10.
Oh, he has got a 5-second penalty, so we'll see if he can hold on to this.
Sanders lifts across the line. I don't think he knew that.
I haven't seen it.
I think it is P11 for Sandals. Proximity Ross driver there. Wow, what a race. What a start to the race. Finn Kelly on the podium once again. We'll skip that though, and we'll just see if
And Abella has held on to that first point for AlphaTauri.
So, very good race to him. Didn't start at P10, finish P10. So, very good race to him. But, anyways, Finn Kelly. First place. Probably the best race of his season so far. Scotty having a great race from P12 up to P3. As proximity to Ross, P15. He was second last at the start. And it's up to P5. Ente, Trickid, and the Smeg having great races as well. Trent Sandals, Zero, Jandan, Butthard, Kenk, all having very poor races, unfortunately. But I believe we'll call it a stream tonight, as we have Tier 1 through to Tier 5 coming up next. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week in France.